5500. Pre-vent. Rotate.
Well, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see y'all here as we get to go live on this glorious Wednesday afternoon here from the North Texas V1 HQ. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day wherever you're tuning in from. Got to apologize for no Learjet. The Lear 35 is dead to me. I thought it was compatible. I thought I saw guys flying it in 24, but apparently it's not really compatible. You got to like go modify a bunch of files and you got to have it in 2020 and all this stuff. And then I'm like, nope, I'm not a dev. It's either compatible or not. We'll install it for 24 when it's ready. I couldn't get it working properly. So Lear 35 remains dead to me until it's up and running fully in 2024, which is a shame because I really do enjoy that Lear. One of my most favorite hand flying airplanes in 2020. So I can't wait to see what they bring to 24 once they do figure their stuff out. But we are back in the Fenix A321. I figured it would be fitting because I just flew the 321 yesterday. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today. We're going to adjust a couple things here as we go along our route of flight. But I just got back from a 2-day trip, had a wonderful 24 hours down in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we're gonna talk about flying the 321 and a couple things I noticed there coming into Dallas and what's really cool about historic weather in the sim, and we're gonna show you a little bit about that. And I think it'll be a nice little flight to get us back started. We will be in career mode for BS Logistics this evening, back in the Vision Jet, so make sure you stick around for that if you guys are enjoying those streams. Now, Chandler Trammell, thank you so much, man, for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. If you pick up a membership, make sure you say a thank you. I appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving to the channel. It's been absolutely awesome. Do apologize for being a few minutes late. I was over there watching Jeff Faviano's stream. Love that dude, love his content. He's in the Vision Jet right now. I'm a little bit jealous, not going to lie, a little bit jealous, but we'll be in the Vision Jet later. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? Lear isn't actually dead. It's just in a coma. Yeah, that's true. It's just in a coma right now. So when they figure it out, we'll figure it out. So FS Labs is knocking. I know a lot of people are going to ask about the FS Labs. My stance on it right now is I don't want to buy an airplane for 2020 right now. That sim is going by the wayside, whether you like it or not. 2024 is the future. I know it's hard for a lot of us to hear, myself included, because 2020 was running very, very good. Now, there is a lot of issues with 24. I'm fully aware of that. But the future is in 2024. Unfortunately, whether you like it or not, that's just kind of how the flight simulator products are going to be rolling out, I think. We'll see, though. We'll see. If they bring compatibility to 24, I might then pick it up and try it. You know, I know you guys are itching to see a FS Labs versus Fenix. My second issue with that, a part of 2020, you know, me not wanting to be in 2020 really, is that if I were to buy the FS Labs right now and then fly it, it would literally, I'd be buying it just for clicks and likes for videos, like, because I'm not going to fly it after I do the first flight with the Fenix versus FS Labs. Now, bring it into 2024. Now we'll talk, because yeah, maybe it has something else that I want to check out. So the jury's still out for me on the FS Labs. It's not on the top of my priority list right now. If anything, I want to check out that A300 premium upgrade for 2024. That has my interest. I did install the 300 prior to this stream, and I got to tell you, the sounds were way better than I ever remembered. But I guess there's another version I have to install. I'm not quite sure how to figure it out, since initially I was kind of sponsored by AnyBuilds with that A300. They gave me a pre-release copy, so I'm not sure which version I have. I think I still have to upgrade. I'll have to double check that, but we may actually fly that later, because I got it working in 2024, and man, the sounds, I mean, if it was great. It was great. So we'll talk more about that. If you guys are enjoying the FS Labs, let me know why. I'm curious. I don't. All I know about the FS Labs is what y'all are telling me in the Discord. You guys pick it up, you fly it around. I'm curious. Let me know what your feedback is, because I'm genuinely curious of how you guys are enjoying it. So, looking forward to career mode grinding. College, dude, me too, man. Look, I actually got home, so hear this out. This is how much fun I'm having with career mode, y'all. So yesterday, I flew 5 hours and 46 minutes. Whew. Felt like a long haul pilot. All right, I can't do that anymore, man. That's too long. Got home 9 o'clock at night. Well, I got home around 6:30, whatever. Had some dinner, hung out with the kids, tucked them in. 8:30, 9 o'clock rolls around. Do I go to bed? I'm kind of tired. Nope. Fire up 2024 on the home PC and do one career mode mission, because I love it that much. My wife thinks I'm absolutely crazy. She might be right, but I'm having that much fun. So we're going to do a lot. We have a lot of fun in that we call them like the after dark streams. But all right, enough spieling around, right? No more spieling. I feel like whenever we do these, couple days away from the sim, I always feel like, hey, we're all back. It's like get together again. So let's stay focused, and let's fire up this A321. Now, I do have us sitting on the turnaround state, not really turnaround state, but I don't know why. I was thinking about this yesterday when I went to the airport, or Sunday rather, or whatever day I went to the airport, and I got on the airplane. Rarely do I have to come onto the airplane and fire up the batteries and all that stuff. Now, I do if you're doing the first flight of the day. It's pretty common, okay? But unless you're showing up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for a showtime, the airplane's probably sitting on GPU. And even if you're doing one of those first flights, if it's out of a hub or like a large base, maintenance has probably done like the aircraft wake-up procedure. So I would say 88% of the time, this is how I find the aircraft states. You come in, ADIRs are off, everything is off except the batteries. Well, sometimes the batteries are even off, but the ground power's on, so just in case ground power drops off, it won't drain the batteries. But a lot of times, like if the airplane's going out and aircraft is doing or maintenance is doing the wake-up state, batteries will be on, GPU will be on, ADIRs will actually be aligned. So that's kind of, this is how we're going to start today. So yeah, GPU, ground power. Yep. All right. He's late for showtime, and the FO did everything. No, actually, the FO was late. Believe it or not, AJ. FO was super late on the on our flight on whenever I left. What's today? Wednesday and Monday. So anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and continue with our flow, though. We'll get our crew supply on. We'll get our ground control on. We'll do our CVR test. If you're lucky to have Stig as your a ground ops guy, yeah, I know. He's a Stig, that guy. I watch that guy. I think whatever y'all watch ends up in my YouTube algorithm because I've seen his videos popping up consistently in my YouTube recommendations. But all right, we'll do our engine fire test here. Was the Cowboys a mega fan? Was the FO a mega fan of the Cowboys? Yeah, we listen. I fell asleep almost halfway through that game. I woke up right when Joey Burrow was throwing that touchdown in the fourth quarter. I didn't realize about the whole punt fiasco until the next day. I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, we're up and running. Everything looks good on the overhead. We'll come down here. We'll go to our initialization. We'll do an init request. We'll come down here. No auto ATC. We're squawking 2000. That looks good. We'll get rid of the arm rest. We'll do a magic barrel ref update. We'll come over here. We'll go to ground ceviches. I'm not using GSX. I don't know. Don't really miss it. But let's go ahead and load the aircraft. We have our stuff loaded up here. We'll do a 9-minute fast time of loading. So GSX is doing GSX things. We'll pull out our charts. We're at Mariano Escobedo, Monterrey, Mexico. I haven't been here in a very long time. Matter of fact, I think the last time I was at Monterrey, Mexico, it's in a Citation jet, and I thought we were going to get jumped. So, been a long time since I've been down here. We'll go ahead and look at the starred, the pre-starred charts. Those of you that fly FS Lab, mostly Turk. So here's a quick disclaimer. I know there's 300 plus people here. We all like to joke. There's a lot of humor on this channel. Some of it's dry. Some of you get it. Some of you don't. Turk in the U.S., a member of the Discord, member in the channel here, he is like the largest FS Labs fan there is, and I love trolling him. So if I'm taking shots at FS Labs, don't worry. It's mostly just for Turk. That's who I'm taking the shots at. But I'm curious, does your FS Labs pre-star your departure charts and your arrival charts? I don't think it does. All right, so here we are. We go to night charts. Actually, no, let's go day charts. The sun is coming up. We're on the day jour, I believe, RNAV departure. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and do a weather request. Now, I'm trying something different. Departure 300 at 3, so that's fine. We'll go to the taxi chart. Winds 300 at 3. Let's blast off of runway 30. Be a little bit of a taxi down there. So here we go into the box. We're operating this flight as Volaris. I believe the call sign is just, it's VOI, which is weird. But I think it's just Volaris, right? Volaris 357. We're going to go over there at 88. COS index, cruise flight level 350. Temperature off the ECAM is 6 degrees. A little bit chilly down here. That looks good. Flight plan, departures, runway 30. Zippy in the house. Good to see you, Zippy. Are you flying today? Fantastic, man. Check out, so Team Vodka, I don't have any liveries installed for model matching. I uninstalled it all because I thought it was killing my stream, right? Remember the last time we did it? Plus, none of it is actually confirmed working in 2020 or optimized for 24, so I've just gone to like regular default model matching until we have some official like good liveries and optimized traffic for 2024. Maybe we do, and I don't know about it yet, but the last time we did it, it seemed off. So Dejo 1 Bravo, though, that's what we're looking for. Dejo 1 Bravo, we'll insert that off runway 30. All the way down to Big D little FW. Now this is exciting. We haven't flown into DFW in many moons because the default DFW airport was absolutely awful in 2020. Even in X-Plane, honestly, DFW sucked. But now in 2024, the default DFW is actually quite nice. So what we're gonna do for landing, we're going to rewind the sim time to the exact time that I landed yesterday. And I'm telling you, I did this before the stream started just to see if it would work. The winds were plus or minus about the same. The winds were a little bit stronger yesterday when I was actually landing. I think we were gusting up to 27. But the way that the clouds formed in when I did the historical weather, it looked exactly, the lighting looked exactly like it did yesterday in real life. It was so cool. So I'm like, okay, we have to try this. We landed on 3.5 center yesterday. What are the winds? And that's what we're going to plan. We're actually going to plan 3.5 center because the winds will be favoring 3.5 center, and I want to land on the same runway that I landed yesterday. So we're going to plan 3.5 center.
Traffic video check.
Got you loud and clear. Help me.
Yeah, ba-dabba-doo.
Boof 7 in the guts. Now, I don't think this will link up as good as we want, but we're going to do Boof 7 guts to 3.5 center. If we have to disconnect from a network, we will. But Yeah, Felix, that's how I felt. I was like, am I in 24? It was crazy, man. I was looking around. I was looking at the light. We'll talk about it later in cruise, but it's great, man. This sim is so much fun. I love it. I'm having so much fun with it. We got our primary in there. Let's do our secondary. We'll triple MY, Monterey, Monterey. We'll come right back to 3-0 if we need it. Also, yesterday, got to do a Toga, flaps 3, packs off in a 321 for real. Wet runway, had a ton of gas, had a lot of wind. 5 hours and 46 minutes, man. That's gross. I don't know how long haul guys do it, man. I am not cut out for it. Not cut out for it. All right, we'll just put 200 here in the radio because I don't want to find it. Winds are 300 at 3. Temperature off the ECAM is 6 degrees, and Magic Barrel Ref says it's 3053. A little high pressure down here this morning. 3053 is set. RadNav, nothing to hard tune. Progress page. We'll put in a quick and dirty triple MY. Perf data. Go to init B. How is our fueling? Our fueling is done. We got 17.6 in the tank. So we'll go ahead and put those on. Boom. We'll put 17.6 here. They do it for the paycheck, Gus. Well, hey, man, unfortunately, I guess that's true. Depending on where you work, right? All right, 3053 mini FCU is working. No ATC. We'll set a top altitude of 350. We'll turn terrain mode on out of here. Once we're aligned, we're not aligned yet, so that's normal. Didn't work. We'll go ahead and fire up the APU. Oh, look at the background. That's beautiful. So I wound the time back. In this flight, I wound the time. Boov is southbound. Yeah, I'm going to change it, Vodka. Thank you for the SOC 4. I will change to the SOC 4. Thank you. Right now, I've got the sunrise, and then we're going to fast forward and we'll do our sunset landing. So the timings will be off. The weather will be real, though, on this flight. I'm just tired of flying the sim at 12 at midday. It's just kind of the time that I stream. It's always midday, and I kind of want to see some other lighting conditions. Is it just me, or you almost always get 3-5 center? Yeah, Daniel, that's the primary. 3-5 center, 3-5 right, 3-6 left will be the normal. Now, there's been a lot of construction around DFW as of late, so there's been some abnormal stuff happening. But general flow, you know, what really is unfortunate is when you're parking west side and that you land on the east side or vice versa. The new Echo route is terrible. It took us, let me tell you how long it took taxi yesterday. You land in frickin' Arlington, and then you gotta drive all the way over. I think it took us like 21 minutes or something from touchdown to gate, and that was with no gate was open, used auto dock, auto parking there, so we didn't have to wait on marshalers or anything. Still took 20 plus minutes from touchdown to gate. Well, good old DFW. Infi and Ewok, what's up, man? Good to see you, the professional vlogger himself. Hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Thank you for the 14 months of support. And Flight Force, also 33 months of support. Flight Force, my friend, good to see you, dude. 33 months of V1 Nation. I've learned so much. Well, Flight Force, I'm glad you're enjoying the content, man. I'm glad that you're learning stuff still, and it's always a pleasure to see y'all rocking those membership badges. I really appreciate it. Vodka, you can do 3-6 left. Yeah, that would be the normal. From this direction, you'd probably get 3-6 left, because we would be parking on customs. We would be parking at a Terminal D, and Aero Mexico, they're going to park down there. Aero Mexico, Valeris, they all park at that D11, 12, 13, somewhere down there in the corner. This DFW looks a little DF default. Tom, this is we're in Monterey, Mexico right now, my friend. We're in Monterey, Mexico, but we are all set up to go just about. So let me go to put these charts back on here for our airport. Let's go back to the Fenix mass and balance. We will send this data to the McDo. I believe boarding is complete, right? Yeah, boarding is complete. No, it's not. We're still boarding. So I will stand by to send this data. We'll wait a little bit longer here for that. But let's go ahead and unload the GPU. We'll disconnect the GPU. And real quick, let's do a little walk around just because I love this airplane. CWA, yes we do. We're going to DFW. We'll do a little pre-flight walk around here. We got the APU up and running. You can hear the packs running super loud. It's a bad captain. Look at that juice right there. Come under here, right here, these packs. This is the outlet, so you can warm up. You stand right here, nice warm air. Actually, the packs aren't running. Watch this. Let's go ahead and turn the bleeds on. Let's turn the bleeds on. This is why a good captain won't do this until the FO returns back to the flight deck. So we'll go APU bleed on. We'll go back outside. Yep. And that whine is actually pretty darn loud in real life too. Take a look at our tires, looking at our chocks. Walking around those big IAE V2500 juicers. Looks good. We'll come on the wingtip here. We got our nav light on. Nav light looking good in position 1. Check out that sharklet, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. Wow, look at this. I think we'll crouch right here. That is cool looking. Take a look at our tires. Take a look at the condition of the tires. They look pretty good. Nice treads on them. No flat spots in case Bomb Tech is doing their landing and flat spots the tire. There goes another 190. That looks awesome. Oh, look at this. The sun rising here at Monterey. Got to love it. All right, I did a no-no right there. Do you guys know what I did wrong right where I walked my avatar? I did something bad. I'm curious. Can I go up these stairs? What? Very cool. Yeah, drip, drip. I walked under the drip, drip there. So you don't want to do that. Oh, look, we have a... wow, this is cool. I've had this exact same color slide before. Looks like a WOW A321 escape slide. You need parts when you need parts. Cannibalize another airframe. Canadian, what's up? Look at that. Look at that texturing in there. Where's Turk at? Hey, Turk, look at that. Someone tell me. That is as good as it can get, man. So the tip of that IAE spinner is actually rubber. And you can, now that I told you that, can you see it? You can see where that gray tip of the spinner is like a rubberized material. It's not hard. So, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Did I put hair on my avatar? No, I'm still rocking the Barry Seal one. Until they get a like a widow's peak or balding hair version and a beard, they're going to have to just keep the Barry Seal one. I love the pylon modeling, Carol. I absolutely do. All right, our boarding is complete, so we'll dismiss that. We'll close up the cargo. We'll get rid of the aft stairs. We'll get rid of chocks and cones. We'll close that door. We need to run some perf takeoff, 3-0 dry, sync the final, force Toga, yes. I tell you what, because I did a Toga flaps 3 yesterday, actually it was a Toga flaps 2. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a Toga flaps 2 packs on. Unless you guys hit 250 likes, we'll go packs off. We'll sync live weather. We'll calculate these numbers. And actually, I want to go back. Before I do that, let me go back to weight and balance. This is the final. I want to send those numbers in, the final numbers. Now we go here. We'll recalculate 43, 48, 49 flap 2 Toga. We'll send these numbers to the McDo. We'll come over here. Verify our weights, 2 hours, 23 minutes, extra gas, plenty of fuel. There's our speeds, flaps 2 up 0.7. Absolutely wonderful. Dome light is off. We'll actually turn this down. APU bleed is up and running.
No audio.
Are y'all ready? We have a company massage, and then let's get out of here. Monterey traffic, Valeris 357, getting ready to push back off of gate 5. We'll be taxiing 30, Monterey traffic. We'll accept this. Oh, we got 4 non-refs, 230 packs. We got Gustavo on the jump seat. We'll throw him right there. We'll show him what a real A321 looks like. Daniel, what's up? Good to see you, man. It's not rubber, not even rubberized. It's solid rubber. It's rubber, not even rubberized. Solid rubber. Yeah, that's what I said. What did I say? I said it's
Monterey
rubber.
traffic, Monarch 2095, pushing back stand.
Mash it. It's weird. I imagine it's for icing or something. I don't know. I don't know the theory behind it. I'm sure one of you, what does Jeff call him? One of you super pilots in the chat can tell me why that IE spinner is rubber on the tip. Al W, good to see you, my friend. Father, we are on Iveo Premium. AJ should let you know what it actually is. We got our 3 minutes. We're ready to go. Let's go ahead and disconnect the jet bridge and connect the tug, and let's get on our way to Dallas Fort Worth. We'll close the door, toggle the jetway, connect the tug, please. Inhibits icing? All right. That's interesting because I've still seen ice in it. Maybe it just helps remove icing. All right, here comes the tug. Let's bring up our tiller cam. Before start checklist. Windows, doors, and slides. They are not closed and they are not armed. Windows, doors, and slides. Close and arm. Beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is on. Transponder is transpondering. Before start checklist is complete. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Oh, and just knock that off the... Don't want to be doing that. Do you still have the AWABs with you? What are AWABs? AWABs. V1, would it be possible to post your settings with the 4080 Super? Tom C. Yes. Remind me towards the end of the stream, and I will load in and we'll do. I'll show you all the settings when we get into Dallas Fort Worth. All right. Why aren't we pushing here? Let's go ahead and start. Wants the brake on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why are we stuck? Oh, are my brakes locked in? No, brakes are off. No, they're not. Why are my brakes set? That's why. Hold on, we might have a binding conflict. Might have a binding conflict. I have to check the because I was messing around with the stuff. Oh, thanks, hon. So yeah, no coffee. I bet the FS Labs pushback works. Well, it might, because this actually works too. That was a user error. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna check our bindings. I wonder if sometime.
We're lining up 3-0.
All right, somebody's lining up 3-0. Let me get this. Standard nose wheel steering. Throttletek. Is not proper. There we go. Let's make sure everything else is set. Maybe because it's, I think, a new livery? Maybe with a new livery you have to like reset your profiles. There we go, A320 with Throttletek, that's what it is. You gotta reset your profiles with a new livery, so now... Yep, now the brakes are working. And I only have, yeah, basic rudders, nothing specific. Okay, so that is all good to go. Let me make sure we have the proper... There we go. All right, we're rocking. We're cooking with gas now. Here we go. Let's start them up. Starting engine 1. Engine mode to ignition start. Turning 1. I mean, that's about as good as it gets.
Monarch 2095, we're going to taxi via Bravo, sneak behind the bars.
Gus says the idea that once you start to have ice build up on the tip, it will shift the center of mass, making it wobble, shedding the ice prior to larger accretion. Or accumulation, I guess. Maybe lost in Canadian translation. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense, Gus. So that's what he's saying, those spinners. Why do we have a engine 2 reverser lock? Let's go ahead and start engine 2. That might just be because we had a bug issue with it, or we had a binding issue. Uh-oh. What is my opinion on the Airbus XLR? I think it's a fine airplane, man. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather see a 7.5 Neo, but we're stuck. On the old CFM 56A, you have a conical and the 5B elliptical. The conical, the CFM was not good with ice. I got you. New livery with Fenix, get red as a new variant. Ah, thank you, Bo. So that's what it was. We had to have a new. We had to have a. Our new bindings because of new livery. That's on me. My bad, y'all. Normally start engine 2 because of hydraulics. Fake news. That's incorrect, ML. You start 1 then 2. There's no benefit to starting 2 then 1. Matter of fact, primary braking is on 1, so I'd rather have that. Let me see if I can't get her out of reverse there. Yep. There we go. We got the door closed. We're up and pressurized. All right, we got 2 good starts. Engine mode normal. We'll hit that. We'll come over here. We're doing a flaps de. Gosh, that's so good. All right, we got flaps 2. APU bleed is coming off. Remember, 250 likes if you want packs off takeoff. That all looks good up front. We're doing a trim up 0.7. Let's do a quick flight control check here since we did have a binding issue. So we're going to try our flight controls full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral, flaps 2, everything looks good. What is this? Side stick. No, my side stick is perfect. So we're going to ignore you. Everything else looks good. Monterey traffic, Polaris 357, taxi 30. Let's go to DFW. The spool up time on the APU, I think it's pretty solid, man. Do you have the same issue with AI traffic in 24? Have it all switched off? No, Alexander, that's actually another setting. If you're having airplanes at the gate, it's airport density or airport traffic density, I believe is what it is. That'll get rid of all those static airplanes at the gate. These airplanes that you see here, this is real live traffic. Somebody in a 319 there. That's live traffic that I'm cutting off. But to get rid of the airplanes at your gate, you want to get rid of airport traffic, I believe is what it's called. Traffic quality, Mario, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, something like that. If you lose visibility on takeoff for 100 knots, what would you do? You keep going. Why would that make a difference? The cockpit window up front is just for passengers, y'all. At the end of the day, that's just for y'all. Pilots don't need windows. No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, we can take off at 300 RVR. You can see 2 runway stripes. That's about it. A multitude of factors, but a lot of it has to do with outdated tech on the 7.5. Most airlines upgraded 321 and NG. Yeah, that's the thing. And the only, you know, it's just when I think long haul or across the ocean flying, it always used to be the wide bodies, right? The big old, the nice juice aircraft, 7.5, 7.6, 7.4s even. Now, modern day, everything's about saving pennies, right? So it's the most efficient, most mid-airplane that you can afford to fly over there. That's what we're going to get, and that's the 321 XLR. It's basically trying to fill the role of the 7.5, and I don't think we're going to see anything else larger, really. What happens if an engine pops above V1? You keep on going, man. That's what the point of V1 is. And nobody on final here. Clear left, clear to cross. Clear right, clear to cross. Nah, A-Rod, I couldn't get the Lear working, man. I think you have to, like, do app data, modify some stuff, and I'm just not into that, man. If it's compatible, it means I can download it, I can select the community folder it should go to, and it goes there. None of this, you know. Oh, it works if you do a bunch of dev stuff.
Monterey, Mexico 678, departing 30, stage order 1, Bravo departure, Monterey.
Alright, on TARA, we are ready to go. We've got traffic departing 30 down there. My favorite long haul, 7.4, yes. I love the 7.4, man. Wish there was a tree mod for 24. Abdilo, I wonder if Rex AccuSeasons
we're lining up 30
is going to come to 24, because with Rex AccuSeasons you could set tree height, which I really liked, and I love Rex AccuSeasons in 2020. But being able to adjust some of the tree heights, I think, would be awesome. Any future widebody needs to be on the range of the 7.6 and 7.4 or 300 and 400.
Traffic.
Yeah, that shouldn't be working on the ground. There's traffic. There he is departing. No more than 250 pounds cargo lift is eroded with increased frequency. Yeah. I hear you, man. It's a constantly changing landscape in aviation. We're seeing it now, post-COVID. Change the landscape. The trees are all 5 stories high. A-Rod, dude, so there's a... you fly on career mode, or I flew a... I hope the mission will still be there for this evening. There's this airport in California that you had to fly the Vision Jet into, and I mean, it seems legit as far as the oaks and everything. But dude, you're on approach and you're flying between the treetops. It's got an approach path that's been cleared out, but it was so epic, and that mission was available for me today. I hope it's there by the time we do our career mode flight tonight, because we're going to do that mission. But yeah, the trees are a little aggressive.
Monterey traffic, Monarch 295. We're holding on the runway for 1 minute 30 seconds for traffic.
You're not supposed to position and hold without a controller online. Tap using it to fly Boston. West routes are 1 hour east plus 1 eastbound.
I have a comment for that.
Thank you, Andrew. I mean, this looks beautiful, doesn't it? I mean, really, you'd be taxiing out like this. This is how you'd be. Low-vis taxi. All right, we're going to bring up our Navigraph, our SID. Dang it, I keep clicking the wrong button there. Our SID. Click the infinitely small sidebar. That's right, AJ. He didn't declare an emergency. I love the way this plane taxis. Whatever wizardry Amir has been cooking up over there at the Fenix team. Taxiing is awesome.
Monarch traffic, Monarch 295. We're departing 30, and we'll see you later.
Hasta luego. Now that I flew the airplane, literally, I flew the 321 yesterday, guys, so it's fresh in my mind. The way this handles on the ground is great. taxiing with the tiller, second nature. Everything felt really, really good. I feel more valid in sharing my opinions now since I just flew the plane yesterday. Up until yesterday, I hadn't flown for about 3 weeks, so if I go back, I was going to go back Friday, but I dropped it because I got cold feet. I want to do some more career mode. We got 250 likes. All right, y'all are awesome. We'll do a PAX off takeoff, so this is going to be maximum thrust out of here, which will be sweet. We'll do thrust reduction from window view. We'll do it from right here. Let's go ahead and set our positive rate view right there. That looks good. Monterey traffic, Volaris 357, departing runway 30, Monterey. All right, here we go. Lights are coming on. Packs are coming off. Brakes released. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Yeah, West Air, the way the fog is covering those mountains, it's awesome, dude. This sim is more real than real life, I'm telling you. All right, now I will say that my 2 lineups that I did were absolutely terrible in real life. I undercut both of them. So I'm going to try to not undercut this one. I always forget, you really do have to go to that 3rd threshold stripe. I always feel like I'm getting too close, but if you want to have a perfect lineup without creeping forward, now you can always creep forward. That's a pack that's associated. Let's see if we can get our lineups here. So like right here is where I want to turn, but no, you actually got to go right about here. Now crank it over. That might have been too far. These runway stripes look a little close to each other. This is a default airport. I mean, that looks pretty bang on. Let's see how we do. Almost perfect. If you look at the runway stripes, maybe a couple more feet this way. But that is about as straight as you can get without using cheat mode or having a pay-wear threshold. All right, who's ready? Are y'all ready? I'm ready. This is going to be incredible. I can't wait. And Monterey traffic, Volaris 357 departing 30. All right, we're going to EMER cancel this. Side stick is clear. Pack 1-2, that's associated. Clear status. Let's go. Spool them up 50. Yoga's in chat. A lot of new members here. Smash that yoga button. Here we go. Man, Toga SRS runway auto thrust blue. Love the runway textures to it. Thrust set. Work that forward pressure out. Neutral by 100. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Don't stop. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. That is stunning right there. All right, let's get back into the flight directors. There we go. Oh, so good. So good. Here comes 1,000 feet, thrust reduction. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. We're thrust climb nav. Lower that nose a little bit more, get a positive trend there. We'll also go pack 2 on, help the passengers out. We're above F speed, let's go flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1. We should probably have train mode on. Look at that view. This is the juice, y'all. This is some of the most juice we've had in a while. This is incredible looking departure. All right, so this is interesting. We have a 200 knot restriction. Our S speed is up there because we're heavy. So we're actually going to, that's a pack associated. Let me go to My approach phase. Min clean, 228. So let's go air pack 1 on. We'll clear that. We have a 200 knot speed restriction here, so we're going to leave flaps 1 plus F out here, because if we go clean, we're going to be right into VLS. So we're going to leave our flaps at 1 plus F for the time being. Maintain that 200 knots. It's 200 knots all the way through here. 173 on the weight. Slat 206. It's going to be tight, but I'm going to do it for climb performance. This is straight up for testing purposes here. For testing purposes, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go flap 0. Now let's watch our VLS. This is going to be real tight. We may have to. No, it'll actually. We'll be all right. Ooh, see that? Speed out start. We're right on VLS. Yeah, we need a little bit more juice, so I'm going to go ahead and take the leeway. Let's go ahead and increase speed 240 knots. Get us above green dot. Alt constraint star. I'm going to maintain 240. Disarm the speed brakes after takeoff checklist. So that's actually really good modeling there. I mean, it told me what I needed, and for testing purposes, I went and did flap 0. Now, real life, probably a pro move there, a pro move on this departure. If I could maintain altitude, that'd be great. Would have been to nose forward a little bit, get the auto retract going, and then just kept the slats out. That would have been a pro pilot move right there. That's how if I were to take off again with this in this weight condition, and we had to do that 200 knots, that's what I would have done. I would have nose forward till we're about, what is it, 207, 208, somewhere in there, 210 maybe. Auto slat retract, slat stay out, we'll get some relief, and then we can maintain 200 knots much more comfortably. So, but this is a stunning looking departure here. Look at this. My goodness. I almost want to put the autopilot on, just because I want to look around. So our climb, when can we climb up? After this, I think. Austin Gray, thank you so much, man, for the $2 super chat. Here's just a tip for the climb thrust juice. Hey, Austin Gray, thank you so much, man, for that $2 super chat, dude. I appreciate you. All right, bank angle check to the right. Big time bank angle check. I believe we're going to climb now. Thrust climb, climb. Forget the departure. This is too much juice here. Leonidas, don't do that. I know guys do it. It's not proper. In the sim, sure, you can get away with it. All right, let's actually get back on the SID here. Don't do weird stuff. Will it work? Yes. I'm going to increase speed 250 selected on the mini FCU. All right, that's close enough. Up to 350, climb nav. Let's go open climb. So let's take it all the way up. With thrust climb, open climb up to flight level 350. We're rejoining the departure. Here comes 10,000 feet. We'll get our wing lights, landing lights, and nose lights will come off. Forward cabin call. And we'll manage speed, and we'll accelerate out here to our cost index climb out speed of 330 knots. That was stunning. That was absolutely stunning. Hello bosses, what is the payware? There is no payware DFW, man. No payware. This is default DFW, and I'm telling you, you're in for a surprise if you haven't seen it yet. Turn the sim down a little bit here. We'll bring it on back down. Kind of get back on our SID for what it's worth here. Nabil, good to see you, my friend. How you doing, bud? All is good, man. All is good. Barry Seal pumps the flaps. Yeah, he sure does, AJ. Gringo wad. Is it greatly improved from 2020? As for DFW, yes. You wouldn't even recognize it. You wouldn't even recognize it, dude. Now, is it flight beam quality? No. But it's definitely flyable. I avoided DFW like the plague when I was flying 2020. Now we're actually going to pay visit to it. Grant, this is the Fenix, my friend. This is the Fenix. The leader in Airbus simulation. Gosh, it just looks so good. I'm getting ready to turn the upload on. Is it the terrain, airport markings, or buildings that are improved? All of the above, Sasquez. The only thing that I noticed was landing, and I'm going to wonder if it's still there when we fly in today. Landing on 3-5 center. I was doing some test landings there before the stream started. All right, we're all synced up. Let's go. AP1 is on. When I was doing some test landings in the DFW, I noticed the ortho or the photogrammetry south of the airport, there seemed to be like a big tile issue, or like there was like one of the tiles looked like it was kind of blobby, like it didn't download or it wouldn't download. I'm not sure if that's there or that was just me. We'll see here when we get up there. Turk says this stream is sponsored by Fenix. My goodness. You're not supposed to line up and wait with the control. Get out of here. It's Mexico, gringo. I know, Zippy. I'm just telling you the rules, dude. I'm just telling you the rules. I avoid DFW anytime I cross the Tarrant-Dallas line. Yeah. Tyson, it probably was an AMD issue. Have I reached out to Jeff about flying shared cockpit in the Fenix? Jeremy, not yet, man. I'd love to. We got to get our schedules to line up, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. Why does everyone want to text me right when I start flying? We got time for you? Adam Chino, we're on our way to Dallas-Fort Worth, my friend. Dallas-Fort Worth. If I recall, in 2020, some of the taxiways, like the ones over the bridges, were busted. Sasquatch, all of DFW was busted in 2020, man. All of it. It wasn't even flyable, in my opinion. As A-Rot says, it's much more respectable now. Hey, Turk, how's that cabin of your FS Labs? Do you have a cabin yet, or you still have to drone your way into it? He says, I love the trolls, but FS Labs wing juice is as bad as it gets. Really? For real? Why? I thought I watched that one stream, and it seemed like it had something there, but I mean, it really looked kind of like P3D. Funny DFW story last week. We're getting vectored for 17 center with an awkward intercept angle for the CRJ, and Captain goes, watch this. 3 seconds later, volunteer 324 Lone Star approach. What are you guys doing? Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's a new thing now. It's Lone Star approach. It's not regional approach. Is that going to be changed in Iveo Premium? So forever it's been regional approach just before you get into Dallas-Fort Worth. But now they've changed it to a Lone Star approach. That's because some of the student pilots in the training area were confusing regional approach with rejoin the approach. So they had to make a name change to Lone Star approach, similar to how the FAA had to change lineup and weight from position and hold. It's Lone Star on premium already? All right, cool. I called them regional yesterday, and she called herself regional. And then I said, I thought it was Lone Star. And she said, well, I was just repeating what you said. And then I said, it sounds like an identity crisis. And then she said, if you only ever knew. Probably not going to end up on VAS Aviation, though. Or something like that. Actually, I think that was 2 days ago. Yeah, so we were leaving. Have you heard about the thrust bump on the older... Yeah, thrust bump, man, for sure. Yeah. I know that's... Everybody on the chat keeps asking about thrust bump, because didn't Stig have that on his... He reviewed it not too long ago. What did position and hold get confused with? Hold your position, Infian. So position and hold, I guess they were holding position. Have I ever been on VATS Aviation? It's classified. Sounds like those students need another hearing test. Yeah, well, it's not. They are. So it's. There is a lot of Asian flight training, and you have. They're all English second language, right? So there's a definite language barrier. And I mean, I taught Koreans, and there was a definite, I mean, there was always a language barrier. Some guys were better than others. They all meet a minimum requirement, but at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is just a language barrier stuff. Line up and wait is superior. I don't know. I always thought position and hold sounded cool. I thought line up and wait just sounded so amateur, like, oh, we're going to line up and wait for takeoff. It's like something a kid would do, where it's like American 357 position and hold 17 right. That sounds so much better than American 357 line up and wait on the runway, please. Anyone catch your stuck mic at MSP? I don't know, Joe Plains. I don't believe so. It's classified information. Controllers don't always have the best dictation and slur words often. Yeah, Jeremy, it's all dependent. Everybody can get caught up, you know. I mean, when you're tired, even for us pilots, you know, you're tired, you're long days, you're just sleep deprived. Sometimes you just get mumbled up, man. Line up and position and hold. Well, line up and hold position, I don't know. Well, that gets confused with position and hold. Yeah, I don't know. The way it is now is fine. I mean, it makes sense. But my wife is Korean and is teaching me hello from Fountain Hills. Hey, Sim Famous. Well, I've spent some time in Fountain Hills, man. Glad to have you on board the stream, my friend. Welcome on board. I actually think Lone Star Approach does sound cooler, Wes. That's one of the change that I do agree. I think Lone Star does sound better than Regional Approach. It's just going to be a hard habit to break, man. Most guys are getting it, but I mean, I haven't been flying a lot, so I think that's only my second flight since they've changed it. You know, I haven't been flying a lot, but my schedule's picking up here now for the next 2 weeks or so. Begin runway alignment and standby. Lone Star needs to be an airline call sign. Mr. Saturday, I thought, what was the... I swear there was a Lone Star call sign at one point, and it wasn't Texas Airways. What was the Fokker that we flew? Texas International? I thought there was a call sign for Lone Star. But apparently there's not, because they wouldn't use Lone Star Approach with the Lone Star call sign in the works. So... it's already changed, Jaffo. It's already officially changed. It was Lone Star Airlines? Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Lone Star Airlines. All I can say is VATC training sometime. I discovered my Texas drawl ain't near fast enough for ATC. Yeah, there's a... I can't remember his name now, but there's one guy on Approach that's... I mean, he's got a thick accent, and he can get pretty funny sometimes. I remember he told one guy he was giving everybody the same crossing restriction, and this is back when I was flying freight, so I'm in a little 99, you know, pedaling as fast as I can on the buoy to arrival because I can't do RNAV. And he's giving, I'm just listening, obviously, as you should be. He's giving every aircraft the same constraint, and I don't remember what it was. It was some altitude, some fix on an arrival. And then this Delta checked on and it's like, yeah, this is an Airbus, sir. We can't make that. We can't go down and slow down. And he just responded, you ain't the first Airbus to cross B, whatever it was, at 250 knots. Do your best. If you can't do it, I suggest you go back to training. Something like that. That was it. There was no response. But I got a kick out of that. I haven't heard him in a really long time. I wonder if he's retired because he sounded pretty old back then. But I mean, he cleared 5 or 6 airplanes and everybody had no problem. And then one guy checks on and says he can't do it because he's in an Airbus. He's like, yeah, well, you're like the 10th one that's been able to do it. So. Can I ask a question regarding selection of future ATPL female pilots? Is there any discrimination against them, unequalness? Would love your input. My daughter is listening. No, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't. Are you talking about in the United States? Now, I don't know abroad. I can't really speak to training and hiring stuff outside of what I'm familiar with here in the States. But no, not at all. I mean, there's actually a program called Women in Aviation she could get involved in and get connections and stuff. There's actually there's somebody in our Discord. She's doing her training. She actually just came back from a Women in Aviation conference. But no, it's more power to her, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now it is a mostly male-dominated industry, right? You're gonna be one of the, I don't say, not oddball. What is you're gonna be around a lot of men because it is male-dominated. But there are female pilots, and there's more and more of them too. More and more. So 3442 for the Freak. Now I don't know why I can't get my radio stack working. Why would my radio stack not be working? 3442. Houston Senna. Houston, good morning. Valaris 357, 266, climb on 350.
Valaris 357, Houston, LA, radar contact, squawk 7243, Quadrant, San Antonio.
All right, squawk 2743, direct San Antonio for Valaris 357.
Valaris 357, after Guts will be the SOC 4 arrival into Fort Worth.
After Guts, we'll plan SOC 4 for Valaris 357. All right, beautiful. SOC 4. We're in the turn. All the way down SOC 4. Now let's go ahead and we are naving to San Antonio.
2625, Houston, radar contact, squawk 2521, Quebec, San Antonio.
So we're going to go plan mode. And let's take a look at this. So we're going San Antonio, SOC 4.
25, like 35 or 37 for the final.
Let me check that via arrival, approach,
370, and
Guts transition. That's what we want.
Guts, SOC 4 arrival into
so SAT,
Fort
Guts, there we go. Now we should have all those fixes. Let's go ahead and run through this. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Beautiful. All set up. Wonderful. You know what's changing? That clicking sound? Watch when I change my... The FO is doing something over here. The FO is copying me. What? Yeah, the FO is copying me with his ND range. That's funny. All right, we're...
57, got it mixed up. 7243 on the squawk.
7243 for Valaris 357. Sorry about that.
All right, and one more thing. For spacing, do not exceed Mach 7.8.
All right, we'll maintain Mach 7.8 for Valaris 357.
Back at 2625, same for you, Mach 7.8 space.
All right, 7.8 selected.
Mach 7.8 space.
What do you think about the Lone Star 1 livery from Southwest? I love it, Jeremy. Love it. Looks awesome, dude. Absolutely awesome. V1, the controller you were referring to retired if we're talking about the same guy. Really, Jaffo? Oh, man. We probably are talking about the same guy. Because, I mean, I haven't heard him in a really long time.
Back.
Fenix is looking good, isn't it? Oh, look at that with the sun right off the wingtip. Oh, buddy. My keyboard is stuck in caps. I'm restarting your computer. All right, Jamie. Yeah, you should probably do that. There are tons of female pilots at the company I'm at. Our regional chief is a woman. Yeah, there are more and more, man. More and more of them are are joining the industry. My captain on my last trip was female. Just be ready to deal with some less than tasteful remarks from some older captains. They're always going to have an oddball out, man. They're always going to have an oddball out. But at least where I'm at, I really don't know of that happening. With anybody I've flown with, really. I feel like we got a pretty solid group of pilots. He became an instructor in Oklahoma City at the FAA Academy. Oh, right on. Okay, Jaffo. It's probably the same guy then. Probably the same guy. How does this compare with the Fenix? This is the Fenix, Renan. This is the Fenix. This is not the FS Labs 321. We are rocking the Phoenix.
Yes, Nintendo.com, 27.
Until I can find a reason that I absolutely need to go back to 2020 to fly a CEO, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I mean, why would I? I mean, what is happening? This is a genuine question for Turk or anybody that has the labs right now. What are you getting that the Fenix doesn't have? Because I'm genuinely curious. Maybe there's something that I would like to experience with myself, but I mean, I'm gonna need something more than just an MEL sticker to justify a purchase price and going back to a sim that I'm not super interested in flying. I thought this was the newer 321. No, this is the Fenix, but it actually has the newer and correct panels that I don't believe the FS Labs has. So you see here, see the different colors and the lighting. This is how the new RMPs are coming, and I'm actually not sure what type of ADIRs does the FS Labs have. This is the newer one. Does FS Labs have takeoff data uplink? I don't know. It's a good question, Flam. Ask Turk. He's our resident FS Labs expert. As a Maryland native, I have to say Maryland 1 is spectacular. Yeah, Maryland 1 is cool. I like all of Southwest liveries, dude. Southwest's got some great historical liveries, or just like Freedom 1, Lone Star on all the different states. The 321 is Jeremy, I believe the FS Labs has the 321 Sharklet and wingtip fence CEO options. I believe that's all that's out, right, y'all? It's just the 321 as of right now. This is pretty funny. I didn't even know the FS Labs released. Well, Andre, I didn't either until someone in the chat said I have it. And then I went to the website just to see what was actually going to be included, and the website was down. So I still haven't even looked at the website to see what truly has been released. That's why I'm asking y'all. Nabil says correct. So that's it. It's just a 321, the CEO variant. You get IEs and CFMs, if I'm not mistaken, and Sharklets and wingtip fences. Tolus does have takeoff data uplink. Ripper, Tolus has the best takeoff data uplink out there, in my opinion. And I say that because I'm biased, because the way that Tolus does the takeoff data uplink and perf data is almost identical to how my operator does it. So in the Phoenix, when you do this and you send a McDo, ideally, it would be cool if it said perf data uplink as a scratch pad message, and then you could uplink the perf data, and then it would show you the performance data here, and then you select either Toga or Flex, and then you hit insert, and then it uplinks. The way the Phoenix does it, I don't know if it's some sort of, I don't want to say limitation, because there's really no limitation for Phoenix. They've blown through every limitation that we've been known to hear of, or heard of in the sim so far. But it would be cool if they could, have an additional step in there. But I think that's it could be operator specific. I know some operators wait for manual data. So, but I do like the way the Tolus does takeoff data uplink.
I can't keep calling you 15 times. Are you able 370 or 330?
FS Labs dropped the ball. They should have released the Neo first. I agree, Andy. I agree. For something different than the CEO at a later date. Now that, Andy, would have been a reason for me to jump back and give it a shot in 2020 if it was a Neo. You're absolutely correct. I just think they don't have they just don't have it ready yet. Obviously they don't, or else it would be out. That Neo, absolutely correct. That would be reason alone to give it a shot and check it out.
United 2118.
It has a newer software. No, it's not that Turk. It has the same uplink as P3D, which it's actually not bad. I like, so the way that they do the integration is through the McDo. It's not bad, but let me say it this way, because I know exactly how they do the integration, because I actually thought that was the best method, and it is a very, very good method. You put in the weights to the McDo, and it does everything automated. But here's the thing. The way Fenix integrates it, it's even better, because you don't even mess with GSX. You just click load with GSX on the EFB, and everything happens. You turn on the beacon, they close up shop, get you ready to push. I mean, it's all automated. And the FS Labs is all automated. They just do it slightly differently. You do it through the McDo, at least the video that I saw. And I'm not saying it's a bad version, it's just slightly different. And they've had that since P3D, because I remember that was one of the main reasons I thought that was one of the more realistic simulations back then, because that it kept you on a time, not necessarily time crunch, but it allowed you to build repetition and allowed you to get your timing down. That way you could get everything done. Fueler's here, boom, that's done. Boarding is happening. I'm done with the box. Now we're waiting. And just the sequence of events was very realistic. Could you choose between LR and XLR models? I'm not sure. They didn't know the FS Subs guys used to work at PMDG before. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Didn't know that either. Did Fenix get any updates with the last? Yes, there's been a latest update to help fix some screen issues, I believe. So it has been updated slightly. So we have 312 miles to go. And we have a company massage here. Let's go ahead and read that. That's Valeris Ops. No ADC required. Wonderful. The website's working now. I might check it out under just to see what's on the website, but I'm be curious. I'm going to put a poll. This is good. This is good poll time.
Good morning, Houston Center, jet to 1264 with World, ready for taxi.
How do I word this? I'm just going to ask if you have. I'm curious how many of y'all have the FS Labs instead of doing have the Fenix versus it. I'm just straight up curious how many of y'all have it that are around here. FS Labs came from PMDG? Interesting. Shadows look so much better in 24. Yeah, Nabil, they do. Dude, look at this. That's a real life shadow. Look at that. We have 4 different 320s and only 1 proper Airbus widebody. A bit funny, yeah.
Hello.
It is. The screen update is a temp fix as they broke it after the Microsoft update. Really, Eastern. So what's... Well, knock on wood. I haven't seen this bug yet, but what's happening? Do you just have black screens or something? Look, I'm glad we don't have it today. Knock on wood. Hopefully we don't get it. I'm fully in 24 now. 2020 is gone. Felix. Hey, dude. Right there with you, man. As many times as I have had issues with 2024, and I can't stress this enough, the sim is not by any means perfect. There are bugs, but the flight handling is so much more organic feeling. The lighting looks so much better. The shadows look so much better. The ground taxiing feels so much better. Going back to 2020 is like asking me to go back to X-Plane 11, man. It's getting to that point. We've got the RJ85 now. We've got the Fenix 19, 20, and 21. We've got the A300. We have the A321 Neo from mini builds. We got a 330. Granted, they're VRAM hogs for me. That might just be a system limitation on my end. Why would I go back? I would love to have the PMDG triple in here. Love to have the PMDG triple. That might be a reason to go back to 777 freight. I do love that freighter version. I actually did a flight in 2020 off stream, which is rare. I rarely have enough time to do anything, but I did a 2020 freight stream of the PMDG, or freight flight rather. TDS is still bugged. Yeah, Luke, I haven't even attempted. Here's the thing with 24, guys. And this is why we're also not flying the Lear. There are a lot of developers that are trying to, I'll say rush, but they're trying their best to get stuff over and working in 2024 as fast as possible. But true compatibility is far and few between. Fenix doesn't even say that their 320 series is even fully compatible in 24 yet. But I have yet to experience, knock on wood, I'm really jinxing myself on this stream, any type of bugs or even groundbreaking bugs yet in 2024. to me, the Fenix is working pretty much straight out of the gate. I mean, it saved my views, for crying out loud. I had the same views as I did in 2020. All the default airplanes, I mean, they're all pretty much compatible. It's like the Lear, you got to do a bunch of stuff to get it to work. That to me doesn't mean it's compatible. That just means it's working. The FSS 727, a part of the beta branch, they have a version working in the sim. I actually loaded in it and I got it working, but I was having a bug with my throttle, so it's definitely not compatible yet. Same with the TDS stuff. I think they're trying to get stuff into the sim just to get it up and running, but until stuff is fully compatible, you have to be patient, and that's where I'm at, is we got to be patient for things to be truly compatible with 24. Really got to be patient. And I guess the A300 now has that premium version that takes full advantage of the new flight model physics and stuff like that, which we might do a bonus stream depending on the time we got. I really want to fly Vision Jet, but definitely tomorrow we'll be in the A300. Black Square Duke, yes. See, Nabil, I've heard of guys getting the Black Square Duke in 24, but to me it's like, well, yeah, I don't want to just get it in 24. I want Black Square to come out and say, like, yeah, here we go, it's working fully now use it, because I don't want to just hijack a 2020 fake physics into 24. I want it to take full advantage of 24. Flight 20 and all the goodies are cooked in 24. Hey, and if that's the thing, this is no different than the X-Plane versus 2020 chats we used to have. Like, I don't care what sim you fly, and have fun with whatever sim you fly. Me personally, though, 2024 has got that edge that I'm just having a hard time going back to 2020. I really am. So I'm enjoying 24. If you enjoy 2020, knock yourself out. I mean, we did that stream in 2020 in the freighter version, and it was actually really nice. It was really enjoyable. So I can see why guys and gals are still all up in 2020. Let's go realism mode here. Now this would probably be the realistic mode. So because the FO is on the sunny side, we're on the non-sunny side like this. Has Fort Worth been released? Joao, you're going to see here in a minute. You're going to see here in a minute, man. It's the default DFW, and it's way better than before. All right, now what we're going to do, let me adjust the time. So this is what we're going to do.
69 in the airspace east, Jacksonville's offline, Yukon 22.
It's 15Z right now, which is, well, we're going to adjust. How much time do we have? So 15:01 is our scheduled landing time. It's 14:20 in the sim, so we got 40 minutes. So what I'm trying to do is I'm setting up the time of the sim and the weather of the sim to yesterday. So yesterday was the 10th, and I want to land at 17, let's just call it 1700 local time. So I need to set the sim time to 16:20-ish. Oh gosh. Direct to guts, Valaris 357.
2625 direct guts.
Direct to guts. Here we go. All right, so we're going direct guts. So now we're going to set the sim time. And now this is what's cool. The sim will actually use historical weather and clouds within, what is it, like a 24-hour rolling window? So we should have it. So I'm going to set the date to December 10th. And I want the sim time to be, oh brother, hang on to it here. Winds are changing. That's expected. We're gonna get through this together. Two local. What did we say? We needed 1620. Yeah, that's expected. Trust me, y'all, it's going to be worth it. Maybe this will be a smoother transition here. Let me reclimb up to 350. We'll make sim time 1620 with live weather. That's live historical weather. All right, so let's go ahead and recycle everything. We're climbing back to 350. You can see our winds are shifting. We're going back to historical weather now. There we go. I don't vodka. What was? That's the point. I should have checked our ground speed. You had a crosswind though, right? All right, that's to be expected. We're speed alt star nav 350. We got to get some of our juice back. If it gets too much of an issue, we can always disconnect. But we're gonna let the sim stabilize here. So we've gone from early morning to late afternoon now of yesterday. So Vodka says his ground speed is 464 and you're at 80. That's good because I'm at 469. I'm actually going up. So I'm actually going to maintain. Let's maintain 7 for this guy here. What's our estimated? How's our fuel all jacked up? Fuel 32.
Contact, maintain 1-2000.
Flight maintain 1-2000, check the fuel.
So why is our fuel all jacked? That messed up our per fuel. Go over here, fuel numbers. Oh, because of the time? Let me go here. Let me see if I can hack this a little bit. What? What? That's a new bug. Not a bug, but that's incorrect. You can't clear your alternate. You cannot clear that. You have to type none in there. So then that used to be proper. Check your FS labs. You cannot clear alternate. You have to type none.
And Southern 325, 319
We'll go back
Zulu,
to
Charlie,
fuel.
cross runway 4.
157. We get erroneous fuel numbers.
Alright, 31 left, Zulu, Charlie, cross runway 4. 1264, you clear direct to
It's redirected to guts.
350.
Direct to Sensei and what was the flight level again? Check to
350.
up to flight level 356.
Center.com 27 Lima, Air Mexico 678, center maintain flight level 350.
Might have really screwed it up now.
Center maintain 350, Mexico 678. Reckon 2625, center maintain flight level 350. I'm straight down here anyways, pretty soon.
I'm going to cycle the autopilot off here. Hold on.
Stockholm 27 Lima, 36, taxi your discretion, call me short. 26, on discussion, call the old talk.
We may have triggered a bug for no nav. That's going to be a problem. We may have triggered a bug messing with all the weather. Because we're in heading mode only here, and it won't let me go into nav. $9.5 on the fuel. We got our fuel numbers back. I'm gonna try. Where's Wormo? Okay, we're going Wormo. We got nav back. Okay, it's because of guts. Some bug with guts. But Wormo is right after guts, so we're looking good. We got Wormo. We got to check, make sure what the restriction is over here on the arrival, though. Let's go to DFW, arrival, starred. We don't need the star boov anymore. We need all charts, and we need the guts. Oh, I'm sorry, the sock for landing north. And if we look, there is no restriction at guts. Okay, good. We're back on track. We're cooking with gas now. All right. Whew. Yeah, it's only an Alpha 24. That is correct. FSX, well, what? What is the Fenix? No, well, the Fenix isn't officially supported in 24 yet, but it is doing great things. We got her all set up now. So this is what's happening. The reason I went through all of that is because I want to land at the exact same time as I landed yesterday in the sim in a 321. Hopefully we can get 3.5 center. So we'll see. The only thing that actually stops the switch tear, the terrible UI that looks like a kid's game and all the stupid animations, makes it simple. Simulator from an OS developer is worse than UI. Yeah, well, Flight Sim Enjoyer, here's the thing. Unfortunately, money makes the world go round, and money is where the Xbox is. That's where they're making the money on this thing. So you look at the interface, and I've said this since day one of the pre-alpha in 2020, man. I said this looks like an Xbox console game. Or I didn't even say it. I said this looks like a console game fitted to work on the computer. And that's exactly what we have. Now, the sim and its core dynamics have definitely changed and improved, but I wholeheartedly agree with you, man. I do not like the user interface. Having Xbox compatibility is, I think, can hold it back. You know, you've seen some devs, though, come out and say, well, this is only available on PC, which is good. I like to see that because now they're taking full advantage of what the computer can do versus trying to play on a platform or a console. But I agree with you, man. They're making money off of Billy's mom, whose credit card is tied to the account. You're absolutely right, Team Vodka. That's what it is. It's absolutely right. So I found out if you mess with the weather, it breaks things. Well, hopefully it won't break anything now. We got everything up and running. I think we're going to be just fine. We got a nice little crosswind here. Phoenix is dead to me now. No. I'm curious, though, with where Turk is or your FS Labs users. What about Stacy's mom? She's got it going on, Zippy. All right, that's very interesting. 281 votes. Only 5% say that you actually have the FS Labs. Very interesting. It's just cool to get data like that. I'm just talking about in general, Beef Jesus, like in general. And to be fair, as bad as the UI is in 2024, I don't want to say I like it, but it's easier to bind multiple aircraft, sort of. The 3-tiered controller keyboard layout does not need to exist. If you just had one layout, but you kept the same, like, okay, backspace to delete this, it's snappier than 2020, it doesn't delay as much. It can be easier. The only thing that I just don't understand why, and I don't know why it makes sense, is to have that 3-tier control system. I think you only need one tier, keep for everything. Other than that, once you get into binding aircraft, it's pretty easy to copy things over, and I like how it tells you when you have a double binding. I think that's a great little feature. It tells you when you have a double bound or something, a conflict rather. So, anyway. Now take a poll of how many have the Fenix as comparison. I bet it's like 95. Actually, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm sure it's the other way. Watch this poll. This will be a little bit better. Which Airbus do you have? Fenix, FS Labs, or both? Yeah, SLH Sim Designs. The way that X-Plane has their control bindings, that is one thing for sure that they got better. Those contrails need to be fixed. They don't look very good.
Go 678 in the airspace, no, it's over top line, I just took some entry. Right over to you, come back, go 678, thanks for your agency, thanks. 2095.
I did, Jacobs, I did, yeah.
Over to the dark side.
What about Tolos? Are we X-Plane haters? No, we're not X-Plane haters. Just in general for Microsoft, that's all. I think we're going to get a handoff here pretty soon.
26, 25, same for you, Unicom 22.
Have a great night. See you. American 2225.
Adobo, we fixed the gray ash clouds and then put them as contrails. I think, AJ, to be fair, I think these are Phoenix contrails. Mike Jones, no, I do not have the labs. For all of those wondering, where's Turk at? Turk, are you still here? can you do me a favor and go into your gear pin, compartment? Do you have this mysterious file in your gear pin compartment on your FS Labs bus? I'm just curious. I heard something about this and how you know, this is actually a really important piece of software on this floppy disk that if you don't have it, I mean, you probably already do have it, if you know what I'm saying. Turk's PC is already infected. I'm just saying, this is a very, at least with the Fenix,
What is the center?
this software is locked away here in our gear pin compartment in full view. Can't say the same for some other developers out there. Look at the nice texture working. Are you kidding me? Look at the texturing inside of this gear pin compartment. I mean, I appreciate this. Look at the texturing inside of here. This is legit. All right. Oh, back out. All right. That looks good. I don't remember my bindings for moving around the camera, moving the cockpit around. All right, here we go. We're coming up to DFW. Let's go full screen cam for a bit. Had that on the whole time. My apologies. Do we want a FS Labs Neo or a Fenix Neo? Well, personally, I want a Fenix Neo because I just want to have all the same fleet. But I'll get a Neo from FS Labs. I'm not tied down to anything. But I would love a Fenix Neo. I mean, think about the detail that Fenix has gone into. We've tested this airplane many times, okay? We've looked at the by the numbers blog posts. We've looked at how much Fenix is actually trying to represent or replicate real valid data, and they compare it to what their airplane is doing in the sim, and they also understand that they just don't want their airplane to mimic the number data. They want their airplane to actually have the proper feel, even if it has to skew the number a little bit, because they want it to feel like the real thing, which I think is a huge testament to their development team and how they go about their business. And so why wouldn't I want them to make a Neo, you know? I just hope, and this is for whether it's FS Labs or Fenix, please, if you're only making one engine variant at first, please be a Pratt & Whitney. I am so tired of CFM Neos. Every Neo we have is a CFM. The only Pratt Neo we have is a Tolas. I want a Fenix 7.3 Classic. Oh man, I would love one, man. I would love one. I would love a Fenix everything to Bill. Give me a Fenix King Air. Could you imagine a Fenix King Air? Oh man. A Fenix 340 would be sweet. Wouldn't they all be grounded, says Luke? A lot of them would be. But I bet Fenix would use proper... well, you know what? That would be a great thing to throw in their failure simulation. You could have high vibes all day. Oh my gosh, a Fenix L1011, please. Do I think Fenix will ever do a non-Airbus? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I can hope, you know, deep down, I hope that a 7.3 Classic will come from Fenix. Some type of classic aircraft, whatever it is. Honestly, I'll take any classic airplane. Anyone. I'm so hyped for the Just Fly 300 B4. Oh, me too, Ripper, me too. Mr. Saturday's Phoenix and L10 will be the end of this channel as we know it. Yes, it would. Well, and this is interesting, Mr. Saturday. So I did that quick spin around the pattern, the Indian Builds 300. Now remember, and I firmly believe this, there is a significant difference between default Indy Builds airplanes and standalone Indy Builds airplanes. Because when I fired up the A300 just before this stream, because I got it downloaded, the sounds were better than I've ever heard them before. The textures look just as good as we're used to seeing from Indy Builds. I think Indy Builds has great textures, really. I really don't see an issue with the way they texture and model airplanes. Now, the optimization obviously could always be a little bit better. I feel like their aircraft run a little bit heavier on my system. That could be an AMD problem. But if Any Builds is making a standalone L1011 versus the default L1011, oh my goodness, I'd be so excited. I mean, I'm already excited. I don't care if it's standalone or not, but I hope it's more of a standalone product. How long till top of drop? Very soon, Grant. We're actually past it right now. Were we supposed to go to Unicom? Oh yeah, he left us high and dry. We need to start down. Down we go. Go after it. Let's go ahead and set 200. Well, let's go ahead and set 230 rather, and let's go open. Let's try to catch it. Seatbelt sign is on. We got to go to Unicom. He left us high and dry. Down we go. A330, 900 is above at A350 in my opinion for some reason. I'm not a huge fan of the standard. I need one in my sim life. Well, they got one on X-Plane. You just got it too. You got the Tollus A339. Ashra says handling characteristics of 24 is 200% more realistic than 2020. 200% is quite a lot, but yeah, sure, I'll agree with you. But I don't want it to be confused with 2024 characteristics are 100% real life, because there are still flaws. Let's be clear. There are still flaws in the flight handling characteristics in aircraft in 2024. However, they are substantially better and vastly improved than 2020. That's how I would say that. Captain Medi, good to see you. I just visited LVNL today. They're the company that runs the Dutch airspace and hires ATCOs. Every computer they have is 4090. Tell them to send one my way. Thanks, Captain Medi. Captain Medi, welcome aboard, man. Really excited for the Bluebird to port over 24 after they finally release 2020 next year. Nabil, hey, I'm excited for the 7.5. Unfortunately, I'm starting to have negative excitement, or I'm starting to have inklings of, I don't know. I'm afraid that airplane is going to get lost in the 2020 cycle. We need some speed brakes. We need to get down, y'all. We're going to expedite as much as we can. We're going to set 12,000. I hope we don't have any babies on board, because the ears are going to be popping. The ears are going to be popping. Friction, no, I'm going to use the same rig, exclamation point specs. I am just waiting for a 5 Series GPU. That's my plan, 5 Series GPU. And if for some reason I can't get one, hopefully maybe I can get a discounted 4090 then when the 5 Series are out, because I need the VRAM. The 4080 Super is kind of a placeholder for this particular PC, because as a streamer content creator, you need VRAM. VRAM is king when it comes to content creation and streaming. So that's what I built this PC for. Press the expedite push button. Oh, that's right. Well, oh my gosh. What the hell? So, was it you, Airbus Geek, that wanted it? Let's see what happens here. So it should maintain 340 MMO, and Captain Airbus said that it should maintain just prior to 340. I never used this in real life. We're actually recommended not to do. I've done it a handful of times as demonstration. So here we can see we're thrust idle, expedite descent. Now this actually relaxes the G limit, gives the aircraft a little bit more authority to prevent an overspeed. When do you push the expedite in real life? As far as I'm concerned, never. But there are operators that do it, I guess, according to... Was that you, Airbus Geek? Captain Airbus or Scarebus Drive, somebody in the Discord was showing me how that they use it regularly where they are. Now, I've jump seated on a lot of Airbus here in the States, and nobody that I've never seen it used outside of me demonstrating it and it being demonstrated to me. But, I mean, we're doing tactical descent. So, really, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using the expedite push button. it puts you on the limit. If you have a wind shift here, we got a 51 knot tailwind here, we're about to go into some clouds, you got to be very careful of your overspeed. But the theory behind Expedite is it actually gives you more control. The autopilot has more control of preventing an overspeed. So there's 3021. We're still in Expedite, and it's coming back. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's doing a pretty good job, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and get the engine anti-ice on. We're going through some of these clouds here.
357, you need to get off master, sir.
I see you, we're fine. I'll be 270 at kilo. Alright, we're on the path. Let's go back, let's get back on the path. And we're pulling it back now to 290. Alright, so we're back on the path. We're caught up. We're going to LS push buttons on. Keep the speed brakes out. You shouldn't need to use it. It's like speed brakes, only for mistakes. Oh gosh, here we go. Yeah. There are certain Airbus pilots that believe the speed brake is pilot error. Now, to an extent, that is true. There are pilots that maybe don't have full understanding of the energy management, or they're new pilots to the Airbus, so they use the speed brake more than they need to. That's a 100% accurate statement. Myself included, if I'm feeling, sounds bad, if I'm feeling lazy, or if I'm flying and I'll just use speed brake. It is what it is. There's maybe other methods of doing it, you know, of doing that particular situation of descent, but I just go, open, speed brake out. But there are other times where you 1000% need it, or you will be high and fast. Enter LAX. NVIDIA are controlling the 40 series stock. Good luck on finding a 49er. They're much more interested in making AI chips. Well, that's where the world's going, man. Airbus Geek, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, man. I appreciate you. Airbus Geek dropping the 5 gifted subs to the channel, my man. Appreciate the support. If you pick one up from Airbus Geek, make sure you shout them out, say thank you. 50 series leaks seem to show pretty low VRAM. What do you mean? I thought they were showing like 32 gigs of VRAM. How is that low? I fly Allegiant quite often. That crew seems not to mind using the speed brakes. Well, and Wes, here's the thing. Most everybody uses them. It's more so like there are a select few captains out there that will get on you for using the speed brake. I've seen it. I've been victimized by a grumpy old captain who said that I shouldn't use the speed brake. I'm like, well, we're doing 350 knots. We're supposed to be at 250. We're about 15 miles from the fix, and we're in a descent with a 10-knot tailwind. What would you like me to do? Hudson Markle, thank you for the 28 months of support. 50 series leaks seem to show... Oh, I already read that. Thank you, Hudson. Well, I don't know what you mean about that, though. 5090. Yeah, that's the one I'm after. Yeah, a 5090 or bust. That's it. That's the only one I'm interested in. Delta captains? Shh, allegedly. We don't mention the superior aviators on this channel. All right, we're at a 12,000. Let's continue our descent with set 6,000. We'll keep it managed. Right now, we are speed, descent, managed. Speed, descent, nav. We're going to slow to, we're at 270. We're looking good. We're about to be at 250 at Boov. So just to help with spacing, let's select 250 knots. With 250 selected, my views got messed up. Oh no, my numlock turned off. That's why. Let's go ahead and activate, confirm. Oh, we need the weather. Arrival, we'll refresh. 280 at 7, 10 miles clear, and 1-4. I don't think that's what we're going to see on the ground, because it's going to be historical weather, right? Magic Barrel Ref says 3024. 763 is the barrel for 35 center. Is there a way to get a wind check with historical weather, like what the actual airport is doing? Okay, guys, this is it. This is so real. Look at this. So I'm going to explain. We're coming from the other direction yesterday, though. But when I was landing yesterday at this exact time in the sim, the clouds were exactly like this. There were rays of sun coming through the clouds. So we were on final approach in the shadows, but the airport was in the sun, kind of like these, I think we call those God rays, or I'm not sure what you call these here, but where the sun is coming through. I think God rays come off the sun when you look at it, but whatever these light shafts are coming through the clouds, this is exactly, I can't stress enough how awesome this is. This is exactly what it looked like, y'all. But on final for 3-5 center, the airport was in the sun, we were in the shadows. By the time we came across the airport fence, approximately, that's when we got into the sun. So it's just really cool to see this. I had the engine anti-ice on too for longer than I needed to in real life. I think my airline procedures, we'll talk about this on the not members only, but our hardcore BS Logistics stream later this afternoon. I'll go over my airline procedures for my real world flying. My first leg that I did in 3 weeks, I think I would have graded myself about 88% for airline procedures. I definitely had some old rust on there. But this is just looking so incredible. Look at that. That is exactly right. I'm actually supposed to fish this lake on Sunday, Granbury, right here. That's Eagle Mountain Nuclear Power Plant. This is Granbury Lake. Supposed to fish our championship there Sunday, but I don't know if I'm going to. When is the FS Lab stream? Probably never. 26:55. Thanks, Vodki. 26:55. DFW traffic, Volaris 357. We're at 7,900 passing Gable, or correction, passing Isabel. We're going to set up for a ILS 35 center, DFW traffic. All right. Sim sounds are coming up. Phil says that's it. FS20 is dead to me. Look at this. This is it, y'all. I mean, this is real life. Look. Where's DFW? Let's find DFW. Where's she at? I think she's over here somewhere. Look at that. Sim famous for flying to Granbury to play guitar at New Year's Eve show. Nice, man. Lost in Space says, I flew Caravan DFW yesterday and caught the rays. I'll post in Discord. Post it, Lost in Space. Post it, man. This is as real as it gets, y'all. This is why, I mean, this is unbelievable.
DFW traffic monitor 2095. Just passing stock. We'll go direct down.
Alright, so he's going to Allen. Let's slow it back to 210. Actually, we're getting real close. Let's do 200. I hate to do that. Let's go 200 here. Now we got 10 miles. Oh no, he's inside of 5. Let's come right back to 180. We're going to slow it up early. VFE next, -10, flaps 1, speed checks. But this is why I wanted to do this. This is awesome. Now, in my real world landing yesterday, I took the landing report, and we're going to use it as an official judge of what is considered a smooth landing and what is not. So I have to check in the Discord. I did the math. I think it was 1.26 G, and it was 180 feet per minute. So it was not my smoothest landing. It was also a little bit more gusty. I think it was gusting into the 20s. It was about 180 foot per minute landing. Now, with that said, it wasn't rough. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't really a greaser. But I would consider it a good landing. So that's going to be our reference point from here on out. If you want to know, is this a good landing? Anything under 1.26 and less than 180 feet per minute, that's a good landing. Okay. I mean, I've had some 30 foot per minuters that were greasers, and just yesterday, I actually floated it a little bit. I went to flare, and I floated out, and I was like, well, now I'm faced with that option, right? You can either really hold it off for the greaser, but you're going to probably float past the touchdown zone, so you got to go around, or you just let it settle and chunk it down, and that's what I had to do yesterday on my real-world landing. So hopefully we don't do the same thing here. But I landed on the last, I mean, if you look at the touchdown zone, I landed on probably the last third of the touchdown zone. I definitely went past the markers a little bit. All right, so that's Grapevine. Is that Grapevine? DFW is in the sun, y'all. No, that's not Grapevine. That's, is that Eagle? I think that's Eagle Mountain. The airport, yeah, there's Jerry's World. There's Jerry's World. The airport is in the sun, y'all. Exactly like yesterday. This is unbelievable. Look at these rays coming through here, and this is what I noticed. This is exactly why I wanted to do this. Look at this. You think it's inaccurate? I mean, this is pretty damn. The fact that this is 24 hours in the past, or just about, blows my mind. I know, Oscar. ASU scored more touchdowns than the Cowboys. I know. All right, we'll go direct Rama. Mickey G's pretty sweet. I know, dude. I'm telling you, man. I love it. The ragged bottoms look fantastic.
29.5, returning inbound final course for 36 left.
Bo says yesterday's 3 p.m. DFW was, oh, no, check 5 p.m. Check 5 p.m. 10-10, gusting 20, 2-9 or 5-4. Let me hit the Magic Barrel ref key, 3021. I want to say it was in the 3 zeros. We landed at about 5 o'clock local time, which would have been 2300 Z. Polaris 357, your 4 from Rama, maintain 6 till established, cleared ILS 35 center approach, contact tower 126.55 today. Alright. Gladstone Blue, Loc Blue, Cat 3, Dual Pod 1+2, 6,000 feet is set at Rama. We're looking good. Actually, I think we joined. He had us join low. We'll actually join at 4,000 for juice. Thrust idle open descent down to 4,000 feet. AJ, thanks for $3 super chat. Jerry's World is in the sun. Better put in curtains. Who was this? Now, he was not blinded by the sun. We know where that sun comes in here at AT&T Stadium. The sun did not affect him dropping that pass. Bills Mafia, good to see you, man. Joe Pool Lake down here? Yeah, buddy. Look, so it looks like the sun, like the clouds are moving. You can see how the rays have changed. So now the sun is over here. So, I mean, that's still... The fact that we still have the same sort of... Look at this. Look at these cloud textures. Oh, my... I'm blown away. Can we have a moment of silence, please, for FS 2020? Moment of silence, please. Thank you. DFW traffic, Polaris 357, turn final 35 center. DFW traffic. 4:30 or 4:53 p.m. ish. 15 gusting, 18, 29 or 69 are on the meter. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate you, man. Loc is captured. There's Outstar, glide slope blue, 4,000. We're just going to maintain this all the way in because this is just unbelievable. Recording is on. Blackbird Controls, my man, dropping the $5 super chat. Good to see you, Blackbird. Hey, man, I actually tried to get the 727 up and running today. That's close. It's close. Blackbird, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just in time to catch an undoubtedly smooth landing. Hope you're having a good one, man. Hey, thank you, Blackbird. I don't know. I'm going to try to do better than 186 or whatever it was. Whatever I posted in the Discord, I posted it to Turk as what I calculated the landing rate. I know it was 1.26 G, and I want to say it's like 186 feet per minute or something like that. So here we are on final for 3-5 center. Things are looking as look at this cloud layer. That I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I am speechless.
TFW traffic monitor 2095, we're fully established, 36 left.
Yeah, Scotty too. I believe it's up to 24 hours. It's got historical weather, and this is as real as this is it, man. This is it. It actually looks like there's some sun over there. So the only difference between this and real life is DFW is kind of in this,
3490 out of 15
and we were in the shade,
on
but
the
still.
35 arrival. We've got the American inside. We're going to maintain visual separation for runway 36 left.
DFW traffic floors 357 just outside Days 8 mile final 35 center. DFW traffic. All right, glide slopes captured. Go around altitude. We're on a visual approach. We'll set 2300. White, blue. It should be blue. Magenta there. That's incorrect. Remember, it's not supported yet. All right, we're going to configure a little bit early so I can practice. We'll go manage speed, gear down, speed brake arm. VFE next, -10 flap street. Oh, look at Jerry's World there in the background. 3021. Yeah, that sounds, hey, that makes sense. Look what our altimeter is, Bo. It's exactly the same, 3021. VFE next, -10 flaps, full landing checklist. Yep, this is the picture out your window, Wes. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I am... All right, so they landed on 3.6s. I mean, man, Vodka's sounding all professional today on the radio. I also gave myself an added 3 knots yesterday, so let's give ourselves 3 knots, 148 because of the gusts.
TFW traffic monitor 2095, short 5.
All right, autopilot's coming off. Auto thrust is on. We're going to maintain the auto thrusting. Landing checklist, cabin crew advised auto thrust speed. Auto brakes are off. ECAM memo, landing, all green, landing checks complete. Now, do you guys want a taxi, the same taxi route I did? They gave us the Echo Echo route, which sucked. I don't even know if Echo Echo's modeled. We'll find out together. 14 knot crosswind. This is about exactly what I saw yesterday, guys. Exactly. Except the pappies weren't as visible. Lighting is about exactly the same. Airport lighting was on medium. This is incredible. Get rid of the abnormally visible pappies and that's real life. Add a little bit of a crosswind here. Yeah, see right here? It's got like a weird... It's like the terrain got stuck in the cloud right here. Outside the window. But it's only this spot. Shifty winds. Winds northwest. That's exactly what they were.
500.
So I floated in real life. Let's try not to float today. Runway lights look great. That's exactly what it looks like. They kind of fade in here as you get closer because they're not on high bright and it's not completely dark outside. But that looks great. It's just the pappies that are a little too visible.
Minimum.
TFW traffic monitor 2095.
Plenty of juice, plenty of juice. We're going to start working that throttle out. Ooh, nice stutter there.
30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
That's about exactly where I touched down in real life. That's too funny. All right, spoilers, reverse green. I saw my ground speed mini way up there. We pulled the power a little bit early. That's about exactly where I landed yesterday. Don't even need to touch the brakes. We're going all the way here. 70 knots. We'll take the next one. Now a bit of manual braking here. And this is pretty much where we exited, I believe. Then the FO tried to make me turn the wrong direction. He said it's a left turn. I'm like, echo, echo is right turn. Oh, I definitely get a stutter on the ground here now. That's all right. This is default DFW. We'll start cleaning it up. Early, don't do that in real life. After lands.
DFW traffic monitor 2095, balloon short, 36 right, crossing at Echo 2. Inbound traffic is advised.
We'll stop the recording there. Bet it's the same landing rate. We'll throw the landing rate on and replay.
DFW traffic, American 2625, short final, runway 35 right.
Yeah, real stuttery on the ground. That's all right. At least we have a DFW. This is VRAM simulations. Exactly. This is why I need that 5 series. It's all VRAM stuff here. All right, we're cleaned up. We'll start the chrono. We're going to see if we can taxi the same route up until the Yankee Bridge, and then we're going to just take a different route because we're going to go to a different gate because I don't want to go to the same exact gate. But let's just see if the Echo Echo route is up there. So in real life, in DFW, this taxiway here, these taxiway lights are not even lights. They are little blue reflectors. And I don't know if that's because of construction or what. I don't know if they're temporary, but these are not actually lights. They are reflectors. So all you have is the low-vis taxi route green centerline lighting here. What if the bridge is stuck in the cloud? We're going to find out, Mr. Saturday. We're going to find out. I think Echo Echo might be modeled. This taxiway seems to be going where we want to be going here. Yeah, I mean, it's on the chart, which it should be. 27 knots. Okay, what's crazy is, you guys are going to think I'm full of it. We were literally taxiing at about 27 knots yesterday, too. 3 minutes on the cool down, we shut down 2, and then we taxied on 1 engine. But with the weight and everything was working, 2 engines, I wasn't really riding that 30 knot limitation on the ground or recommendation on the ground to not exceed it. The fact that we're going 27 knots on the ground right now is a testament to the freaking Fenix, because we were doing 27 knots yesterday. All right, here's Echo Echo left turn. Oh boy, this is kind of scary. We may not make it. This is definitely not here in real life. Uh-oh, VRAM simulation's activated. Yep, this is it. We're stuck here. That's all right. We are stuck here. There is no Echo Echo route compatible for taxiing. I'm pretty sure we would die, but that is the Echo Echo route. You go all the way down there and turn left and back around. But look at that background and the beauty, huh? Can we see if we can taxi on the road? Let's see if we can take the service road. The service road / dirt. We're barely gonna, I don't know, we're gonna fit. Yeah. I mean, look, they even got little daisies and stuff in the grass. I'm sure that's real good for my performance too. Got my grass on ultra. We could fit though. VRAM simulations activated. You see that though? It's definitely, this airport on the ground is heavy on frames. Or maybe I just need to turn my settings down. Or I should just rip my 3090 out of my other PC and put it in here, because I need that VRAM. This is how you would describe the Echo route. We have a step here, ladies and gentlemen. Flight attendants, please take your seats. We've got some moderate chop. Ooh! Ooh! Oh no, we're stuck. That's it. Yeah, we're done. I think we're done here. Maybe it's the frame gen I need to turn off down here on the ground. Yeah, we're not going anywhere, y'all.
It could be traffic, 73490, right base for ILS 183.
Wait. Oh. Ah! Oh my gosh, what's happening? We're probably going to crash the sim. Stop. Let me try something. We're going to crash the sim. I don't want to do that. Let me turn off frame gen on the ground here. Give me a second to load in. Why is performance so bad? Probably because we're in the dirt. Yeah, the stream is even lagging. Yeah, we can't, we're not going to taxi back like this. Yeah, the stream even freaks out. FS 2024 is the future. It is, man. It's still a million times better than 2020. I don't care what anybody says. Let's go back to the replay. Let's disconnect from my Veo Premium. Everything will smooth out. While it's loading, let's go into settings here real quick, which is not recommended. Let's turn frame gen back on. Saving back. Don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. We just need to get away from the ground. Everything's going to get caught up here. Let me save this replay just in case. Oh, well, something took a doo-doo here. Yeah, GPU right now is just cooking 90%. Should have never just continued on the ground. Let me pause it here for a second. They let things load in. Now, I don't know. It may even this might have to do with streaming of the sim, because I've noticed. I'm paused right now. I'm trying to let things load in. I've noticed that when the internet wavers at all, I get stutters. So, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Oh man, I really wanted to watch this replay. What if we end flight and then I think we need a restart on the ground here in DFW. Try turning off ground displacement. That's what's it's loading on the ground. What is ground displacement? Ground displacement. Let's turn this down real quick. Just see if we can recover. Let's bring our grasses down. Oh, it's okay. So it may not be my audio's in and out. Really? Maybe the internet. Oh, now look. Hold on. Are we back? Now we're back. Sort of. All right, we're back. We back. I'll turn it down a little bit. Reload everything. My internet is back now, so hopefully the stream comes back. He's coming back now. Look at that, though. Where is the ground displacement setting? Is it in the settings there? I'll have to look for them. Oh, I'm also, let's go back into this cam too. Might have been the encoder. It might have been the encoder back when we had bug out of VRAM. Very possible. Because now it's smoothing out. Let me try G's. Will G's work? Let me see if I can't get G's to do it proper. Yeah, if you're still seeing a slideshow, it's either your internet or you're delayed. Because right now it's buttered out. For me, I'm seeing butter, so. I also think what happens is when that happens, I think you guys get super delayed from me. Let me know. Okay, when you guys hear me ask this, put the emoji in chat. Put in the circle of thrust emoji right now. Put in the circle of thrust emoji right now. I want to see what the delay is like. Wow, yeah, so it is the internet. Wow. I think it's the internet that goes down and it kills this. I don't know if it's the computer, because you guys are now almost a minute behind what I'm seeing in the sim. And that's not how we started the stream. That's crazy. Yeah, you guys are over a minute behind me. That is pretty wild. That's all right. So I think that's an internet issue. That may not be the computer. That may be the internet struggling to download and upload and stream, and I'm sure the VRAM doesn't help. But yeah, you guys are a solid minute plus away from what I am. All right, let's see how we landed here in real life landing. Here it comes. So, literally landed where I landed yesterday. We'll see what the landing rate is here. Remember, real life 186, 1.26 G. It took 10 seconds to grab the mouse and find the emoji, though. .15 and 200 foot per minute. So I was actually pretty dang close. Oh my gosh, does that not look amazing or what? Yeah, there's DFW in the background. Now I want to see if the sim dies though, loading the ground again, but not yet. Let's go back. Let's watch the touchdown. I think when you hit the VRAM bug, your graphics card starts to crawl, and that includes the stream Sasquatch. You're exactly right, dude. I think you're exactly right, my man. Hold it off. That one's at 253. Either way, what's funny is I did that exact same landing yesterday. I did that exact same landing yesterday. All right. Well, now that the stream's back, you guys can enjoy the sunset, hopefully. And since we're over a minute delayed, I'm just going to end it here so you guys can enjoy it in peace. I'm going to reset the spoilers. You can watch one final approach. Let me reset the frame gen situation. That's coming up. I'm going to wind this back. All right. Yeah, you're over a minute delayed for me, which is, I think that's exactly what's happening, is when I get a VRAM bug or something that gets the encoder, which is also doing the stream, and that's causing issues. So either way, thank you all for tuning in on this one. I hope you guys tune in later for the Vision Jet. We're going to be flying that. It's going to be a ton of fun. I absolutely loved this flight into DFW, even though it got a little wonky there at the end. We still got to see the sunset and the weather that was exactly what yesterday's weather was. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'll catch up with you later when we're back in career mode with BS Logistics. Thank you for all the support. You guys are awesome. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See you.